there, cadets. This is Major Cadenza here, and I will be teaching you today how to read a clarinet fingering chart. Now, first things first, here is an image of a blank clarinet fingering chart. Looks a little scary, right? I'm going to make it not quite so bad. Here's an image of the keys that we're not really going to worry about too much as beginners, because these are keys that don't really focus on the very first notes. So don't freak out about these ones. Let's talk a little bit about hand placement, first of all. When I want you to push a button down, I will color a key in. So here's my first note, my first key we're going to talk about. And this is the button that's pressed by your left thumb. Now this key does actually play a note, but we're not going to talk about that right now. Eventually, you're going to need to be able to push this button as well with your left thumb. But for now, we're only going to worry about this one. So this is your left thumb. On the clarinet, you also need to be able to do two different things with your left index finger. You need to be able to seal this hole, and eventually you'll need to be able to rock up a little bit and play this key as well. You don't actually play with the meaty part of your finger on this one, but you do a little bit of a rocking motion, and I encourage you to ask questions from your teacher about that. Let's move on with the fingering chart. This button is for your left middle finger, and this button is for your left ring finger. Now you'll notice a little solid black line in between this next key. This button right here is for your right hand. That little line symbolizes the split between your left and right hand. So this button is for your. And to finish off our chart, this button is for our right middle finger, our right ring finger. And then remember all of these keys in this chart that I showed you in the beginning, and I said they were kind of scary. All of these are played with either a pinky finger or the side of an index finger. So we're not going to worry about those right now, but eventually you will need to be able to use these keys. All right, let's talk a little bit about the first 5 notes that you learn in band. The first note we learn is low C, which is on the first ledger line below the staff, and that is fingered like this. You'll put down the thumb, left index finger, middle finger, and ring finger. Again, this is C on the first ledger line below the staff. The next note, all we do is lift our ring finger for D. Then we lift the middle finger for E. And now this is splitting the bottom line of the staff, and D would have been one step below that. Your next note is F, which is just the thumb, and that's on the first space on the staff. And the last note, remember this chart that I showed you at the beginning? This is actually a note. This is the G, which is the 5th note that I teach in beginning band. As always, with any beginning band boot camp project, if you have any questions, please feel free to email me at the address listed on the screen. This is an invaluable tool that you need to learn. Learning to read a fingering chart is absolutely crucial to your success. You'd be surprised how much you can teach yourself if you know how to use this tool and to be able to use it properly. If you truly want to be an outstanding clarinetist, this is something you need to be able to do. So I encourage you to look over this and to understand it. And if you don't, please ask questions to me, your private lessons instructor, or your band director. As always, I wish you the best of luck, and I hope you keep practicing.